What's going on? Travis here, TravisStetzel.com and TrainAggressive.com, and I'm just here chilling out in the gym, writing up some programs, and I was just looking over a few emails, and a few caught my attention. They're kind of all revolving around the same thing, and then another one actually kind of pissed me off a little bit, and I'll tell you about it here, and then I'll kind of explain my whole backing on this and my thoughts on this, and hopefully you can relate with me. If not, I don't know what to tell you. But I got an email from a guy. He's unsubscribing from my list. Okay, that's fine. The reason was, he says, too much, train aggressive, be a badass, go 110%, blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. I can go get that anywhere, so I don't need to hear it from you. You don't need to be my personal motivator. And then he went on to say, things like that, people like you are a dime a dozen. You say to go hard and train hard, but it's all too common to find people that follow you get hurt. And first of all, yes, that is my mindset. My mindset is to train your fucking ass off. No fucking excuses. And I'll be straight up about that. Why train passive? It's this mindset was all built back when I first started wrestling. Old wrestling coach of mine used to tell me this, and my dad used to speak about this too, and it was, when you're going out on that mat, you're not going out there to make friends, okay? You're going out there to compete against another human being, all right? So you got to go out there and you got to be a fucking son of a bitch out on that mat. You got to be a dickhead. Literally, you go out on that mat and you got to be an asshole. Okay, it's you against him. You're competing. May the best man win. Now, I've taken that whole mindset and that philosophy of thinking and have transitioned it over into the training realm as well. So every one of my training sessions, it's the same thing. I'm going to be a son of a bitch in my training session. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to push the pace. And I'm going to look to break records no matter what. I'm going to push myself, and that's how I feel. I talk about going 110% ham all day, every day. That means hard as a motherfucker. All right? If you don't know what that means, that's what that little ham stands for. All right? And that's straight up. It means to go freaking hard. But at the same time, you take that mindset. Yes, it is aggressive. If it's too aggressive for you and in your face, go ahead and unsubscribe. That's totally fine. I have people unsubscribe from my list all the time for that very reason. If you don't think like me, if you don't relate with the types of things and beliefs that I have, that's fine. You probably should leave because you're not in the right place anyways. But those of you out there that do relate, you know what I'm talking about, all right? So that's the type of mindset that you have to have in regards to training. If you really want to take your results to the next level, if you really want to take your performance to the next level, that's how it got to be, all right? So first and foremost, you got to think that way. Now, let's talk about training with reckless abandonment, and there's a difference between that, okay? What I preach to go hard. I preach to go 110% ham, like I talked about. But I never say to be a dumbass in your training, okay? Any good coach out there knows that anybody off the street can make somebody tired, can make an athlete tired, can make a client tired without any sort of programming or rhyme or reason behind what it is they're doing. Anybody can do that. I can tell you to do a bunch of burpees and then a bunch of clean and presses and then a bunch of deadlifts, and that's going to get you tired. And for the clients out there and athletes that don't know any better, that don't know anything about programming and obviously properly progressing a program, they're going to think to themselves, shit, my strength coach must be the bomb because I'm tired every session. Shoot, I almost puke every time. The first few times I did puke. So these sessions must be just the most badass sessions ever. And really, that isn't the truth. Any good coach out there knows that you need to have a system in place that properly progresses your clients and athletes, all right? It's not all about just throwing a bunch of cool shit together and saying, train hard, hit it hard. Obviously, you got to progress to a certain level to push your body, and you got to be smart about it. Don't be a dumbass. It's the dumbasses out there that don't realize what I'm trying to say, when I say to go hard and, go ham and all that stuff, yes, I'm talking about having that mindset, but at the same time, obviously you need to be smart about it. You need to be following some sort of program and have some sort of method behind the mayhem. It's not all about just throwing a bunch of stuff up on the board and saying, let's do this, all right? There's always some sort of system, some sort of rhyme or reason behind what it is, I'm programming, and then all the good coaches out there, I know if they see this video, they can relate with what I'm saying. They too, they have rhyme and reason behind what they're doing. They have a method behind their madness. Every coach is a little bit different, and that's what it's really all about. A good coach can take any athlete, any client, and properly progress them and get them to the next level. And that's really what it's about, is results. When it comes to my clients and my athletes, it's about performance results, okay? Maybe your goal is just to get your ass kicked by your workouts every time. That's great. If that's the case, then yeah, you can just throw a bunch of stuff up on the board and just go through it. You'll get your ass kicked. Will you progress over time? Probably not. But the whole purpose of this video is just to say, yes, train hard, be aggressive about it, but don't be a dumbass when it comes to the overall pictures of things, all right? It's always risk versus reward. Don't do stupid shit and get yourself hurt, all right? Always make sure you get yourself to that certain level before you take it there, all right? Now, there's a lot of gyms out there and a lot of stuff going on that I see on YouTube. People getting hurt, people trying some crazy workouts. They're not quite up to that level yet. Even if you regress it, even if you don't do it prescribed, you're still going to hurt yourself. You got to build yourself up to that type of training first, all right? So always focus in on body weight first, then progress from there. So I just wanted to clear that up. It kind of really pissed me off, and I see it going on all over the place. No progression, no rhyme or reason behind what people are doing. They're just, training hard, but they're not training smart. So train smart, train aggressive, continue to get strong, continue to get results. That's all I got to say. TravisStutzel.com, trainaggressive.com. Go ahead and leave some comments and thoughts. I'm very interested in what you have to say about this stuff. So let's get it done. Yes, go ham.